Hi everybody, welcome to the channel Imagine Art. My name is Katya and I'm a professional artist, and today we're going to paint a beautiful acrylic painting, Lavender Fields. If you don't have any experience of painting, it's okay, I'll explain you everything in detail, so within 15 minutes you lose your fear to paint. So let's get started. To paint our lavender fields, we need the materials which are in front of you now. Let's check if everything is at the right place now. There should be a canvas in front of you. I have a canvas on a stretcher. In the process, we will cover the side and upper edges, so we won't need to frame the painting. The size of my canvas is 30 by 40, but you can have any other size. I have 3 brushes, a big one, a medium-sized one, and a small one, and we will use all of them. If you are a right-handed person, put a glass of water in the left side. You'll also need to put the wipes if something leaks and need to be wiped. Then the paints. Here is my palette. I have acrylic paints, they are not toxic. If you get your hands dirty, it's okay because you can wash off these paints just with warm water. And if your clothes is dirty, better to have wet wipes in this case. Talking about colors, we have standard colors, it's very colorful. We have red, pink, yellow, white, blue, black and green. I will explain what colors to take and how to mix them. Talking about the painting itself, first of all, we'll draw a sketch on canvas. We'll draw it with a thin brush, not with a pencil. We don't need a pencil. Because our paints are acrylic, they are magic, so to say. And they get dried very quickly, and it's easy to cover them with a new layer of paints. So if you make a mistake, you can cover it easily. So let's start with a sketch. Take the thin brush, dip it into water to make it alive, and take a yellow color. You can mix it with a white color so it can be hardly seen. I mix it like that and add a little of water. So the color will become more liquid and will be easier to draw. Look, I have a light yellow color. I'll take a darker color so you can see it better. First of all, we'll start with the horizon. It'll be a little lower than the middle of the painting. So let's divide the painting visually into 2 parts and step down about 1 centimeter. I put a dot at the first side and at the second side. Now I have to connect both dots. You can do it with a dotted line. These lines will be covered with paints later, so you don't need to be very neat. The most important to understand where the line is. So, we have a horizon here, and here we'll have lavender fields, and here is the sky. So then let's start with a big air balloon, which is situated in the right side of the canvas. We'll divide our canvas into 2 parts, just with a finger, then step aside to the right, and a little distance, and put a dot here too. Now we need to draw a line right here. The line is above the middle of the painting, so we divide this distance into 2 parts too, and a little bit higher we put a dot. Be attentive, this dot can be changeable. We needed to make our air balloon symmetric. Now we need to draw a ball. Let's imagine it just goes farther than our background. We can see only part of it. So we start marking the bottom of the ball, should go till the middle. It is approximately. So we draw it like that, then it goes farther, just imagine. If the shape is not really good, just step back and take a look at your work and then correct if it is needful. All the mistakes will be covered with paints later. Now, let's divide this distance also into parts, this one. It will be our middle axis. Let's draw a line to make everything symmetric. Now narrow your ball down to this line. Try to make everything symmetric. I draw with a thick line so that you can see everything in detail, but you can draw it with hardly seen lines. So we narrowed it down a little bit and now cut it. Then we narrow it down a little bit more. And also cut it with a line. And we draw a small basket here. But be attentive that the basket should be a little above the land, as if it is hovering above the ground. Draw very, very small. The smaller the better. This is a perspective. The first ball is ready. Now we can draw the second one. The second ball is in the middle of this distance. Again, we divide this distance into two parts. 5 minutes of draftsmanship, yes. Approximately here I draw an axis here. Here we'll have our ball. Now where is our top? The top of our ball is on the third part of our distance. Divide it into 3 parts and put a short line here. That's the highest part of our small ball, and I draw a ball here, just a circle. If the paint is difficult to draw, take some paint and add some water. If you draw on an easel, see that the paint does not flow. And we narrow it down nearly to a triangle and add a basket. It can be covered with paint in the process, it's okay. And here it is, very good. Now let's go to the colorful lines on the balloons. And we go to a smaller one and draw a shape of a seed. Here we put a short line. In the middle we draw the first line. It has a shape of a seed. At the top it's a little bigger and it narrows down then. And these two distances we divide into 2 parts and add 2 lines more. The first one and the second one. Now let's come back to a bigger balloon. This distance we divide into 2 parts. A little bit to the left. Put a dot and narrow it here. Draw a line like that. Then this distance divide into 2 parts. Put a dot and narrow it here. In the same way, we have a shape of a seed. Now, put a dot in the corner of the painting. Oh, I make my canvas dirty with paints. And then draw a line here. And we leave this distance like this. And here we also divide into 2 parts. And draw it down. That's all. We are done with it for now. Now let's go to our lavender fields. It is very easy here. Under the smaller ball, we put a dot and we draw a line right to the bottom. Then we take this distance in the left side and we also divide it into 2 parts and put a dot. Now let's draw a line right here. Don't be afraid of it. Yes, it should look like that. Now this distance we also divide into 2 parts. Put a dot here and draw the next line. Now our fields look very perspective. This distance we have to divide into 3 parts. Put a dot here and here. In the same way, we draw a line to the middle. And here. And the last line from this side, this distance you also divide into 3 parts. Put a dot and draw a line to the ball. I think you see that we go to the one spot. All lines go to the one spot. That's it. Our sketch is ready. Now we can wash our small brush. We will need it only at the end of our painting. And let's take the biggest brush to draw the sky. We have to wash it, dip it into water. We have to mix paintings. We need a light blue color. Let's take the dark blue color. I take it just a little bit at the top of my brush, and I take a little bit more of white color. You don't need to mix it very well. It can be very colorful. Don't add too much water. And don't leave it without water too, not to have dry places here. So the half of the sky we paint with this color from the angle to the ball. The sky should look very gentle, light blue. I do it with horizontal lines. You don't be afraid to touch the ball, it's okay. We have to cover the half of the sky. Don't do like that, it's very bad. We have to enter the ball because we need horizontal lines of the sky. Even if you touch the yellow color, it's okay. It looks very natural. Enter the ball, don't be afraid, yes. The point is to make horizontal sky. The half of the sky. Don't forget about this place, this angle is very important. You can even cover a little bit thicker. Apply the paint very thick. It looks very natural, very beautiful. It gives you volume. And now, here you have to blend the color with your fingers a little bit, because we will need gradient. It will look very natural. It wouldn't look rude. Wash your brush. Now, to make beautiful sunset, we need to add a drop of pink color, just a little bit. So we get light purple. And with this color, we cover the top of the sky with very light strokes. If you don't like it, just blend it a little bit with your fingers again. Now, we will go to the bottom side of the sky. For that, we need white color, a drop of red color, just a little bit to get some, so to say, peach color, and a little bit of yellow color. Some more white color. So we cover the bottom side of the sky with this color. Again, you can cover your basket with this color, it's okay, and blend here with your fingers again. You can apply thicker paint It should look like you don't try very good, very natural, like that. The most important to blend with your fingers, with just short movements, so to say, just a little bit. So, again, don't forget about this angle, it's very important. We have a mixture of rose and peach color. We add a little bit of red color here. If you're afraid, you can take a smaller sized brush. Apply your clouds with thick paint, just a little bit, and blend them a little bit also, with horizontal movements. These clouds should enter the ball and go out here. So, let them be very thick. It looks very beautiful. And here, apply your paint a little bit and blend it. I blend it with horizontal movements, so it looks like clouds. And here, with short strokes. Then, we need to add orange strokes, pink. We take our pink color and mix it with yellow color, so we get the orange. Our sky should be very colorful. And we go at the same places. Apply your paint right here. Just a little bit, with short movements. You can take a middle-sized brush, maybe it will be more convenient for you. But I draw with the tip of my big brush and make narrow strokes. If you need, you can blend it again. At once we go to the yellow color. We can take yellow with a drop of white color, just a little bit of white. Apply with a thick paint right here with horizontal movements and blend it. And here. You don't need very much of yellow. We will get also white clouds, but a little bit later. Now we have to make some basic. Now you can wash your brush, and with the yellow color, with a mixture with white color, we will paint our stripes on the balloon. The second one, and paint it. You can also cover your top side of the painting, and at the end you have to cover it with blue sky color to look it more natural. Till here, you don't touch this triangle, it should stay white. And now we have one more stripe here in the middle. You can take a middle-sized brush if you're afraid, but if you make a mistake, it's okay. You can cover it with paint. And right here we paint a thin stripe, but a little bit later because it's a little bit dirty now. Then we take red color, pure color, and paint here these stripes. Be very careful here because we need to do it very even, very neat. To make it more even, I make a support with my hand like that, and my hand doesn't tremble. The first one is ready. Now I offer to take a smaller sized brush for the stripes. In this brush you can wash, and take the middle-sized brush. With a pure red color, we continue to paint the other stripes here. We repeat our seed-shaped line. And near the yellow stripe also. This brush is very interesting because the tip is very thin and you can color it like that. I do it very, very light. Now let's go to the right side of the bigger ball. Here we paint with red color with the tip of our brush. Very accurate here. Very good. Now with red color, we can mix it with a little bit with white color and now add a little bit to your sky with the tip of your brush. Just a little bit, you don't need very much, and blend it. It's better to do it less than to do it too much. Just a little bit. Just a drop. Okay, we can leave it. Wash your brush. And let's go to the shades of our stripes. I don't want to make our water too dirty, that's why I use only warm colors now, and then we will work with cold colors. Let's go to the yellow stripe. For the shade we need yellow, a drop of red, just a little bit. We get orange color. And with this orange color, we will apply this color only at the bottom with vertical lines, just a half of this stripe from the bottom, and blend it a little bit. The color dries very quickly, so it's very important to blend it at once, because then it will be impossible. Now the next. With this orange color, we will go here. We will apply this stripe because it's a shade side. And the edge, don't forget about that. For the effect of 3D. Now let's go to this ball. Here our task is more interesting. We have these stripes, so imitate such shade with short movements here. Step aside a little bit and here. And number 3 is here. It's Just very small triangle, you apply it with the paint. Now, we will mix yellow and white colors. The yellow color and white. And let's go at the light side. Here, from the top, just a little bit with vertical strokes. And here, at the top of our stripes. And here, in the middle, with very short movements. That's it. Ready. Now let's go to red lines, to red stripes. For that we need light color. We take red, yellow, and add a little bit of white color here. Just a little bit of yellow color, because the color should be very sunny. And with this color, we paint only stripes on the small ball. Dark stripes, we take dark stripes and then we do it at the top. We apply our paint at the top of the stripes, here, here and here, and a little bit in this side. Now here we can also add a little bit of our color with vertical movements. Now we can wash our brush. We need a red color. We mix it with a little bit of blue color, just a drop of blue color. We get such a disgusting color. Not very cute, but we need it to make a shade. From the bottom, with short strokes, we apply our color. With vertical movements, and here, where we have a small stripe, we also need to apply a little bit of our color. That's it. I don't cover even half of the stripe, it's very important. We wash our brush, and now all our stripes we can cover with pure blue color. For that I need our bigger brush. The water is very dirty, but it's okay. We take our blue color and apply it like that. All stripes you should cover with this blue color. Leave these yellow lines like that, because we need them not to be lost in our paths. You can cover them a little bit. But the most important, not to forget, not to lose them, so they should be seen a little bit. With this color, we can cover our bottom edge. It's very important. It looks more beautiful. Take your paint with water, so it shouldn't be very dry. It shouldn't be also transparent. The color should be very rich, and be very careful with your horizon. So, we are nearly finished. Remember that the horizon should be very even and you shouldn't make the paths very clear. They can be seen a little bit. Also, don't forget about the bottom edge and the sides. Cover them with paint. You can do it at once. It is not very important, of course. You can do it after you are finished. But you should be very, very accurate after that. Here, talking about the perspective, the paths won't be seen, so that's why you can cover them with paint. The most parts of the paths will be seen here. And now we will mix one more color. We need a brown color for our paths. And after that we will change the water. That's it. Wash your brush, let the water be dirty. For a brown color it's not important. This color is dirty already. Take a middle-sized brush. And let's mix brown color. For the brown color we need 3 colors. A yellow one, a red one, and a drop of black color. Black is very pigmented color, that's why you need just a drop of it. So yellow and red gives us an orange color, and then we make it darker with a black one. Such brown color we got. So now we will draw with this color our baskets. Be very careful, you can take a thinner brush if you are not very sure. And with dark brown we paint our baskets. Here and our basket. The basket is very small. If you make a mistake, you have to use your wet wipe for it, don't make it bigger. Because it is more beautiful when the basket is small. And we go to a small balloon. Here you should take a thinner brush or use just the tip of your brush. You can add some water to color, so it will be better to paint. Don't be very careful, just a little spot here and a very small basket. Very good. So now the pots. We need our brown, but we add a little bit of white here. So we have a cocoa color, nearly. And you apply your color very thick, very thick. And we start with just spots. I apply my color. Here they are wider and then they narrow down. If you have some white places, it's okay. You can make a little bit wider. And we narrow down. It can be mixed also with blue color. It's a color of ground. You can't spoil anything. And here just a little bit. Here and here. And here you don't need. Just with one stroke in the middle. One, and here is the second one. Don't make it very even. Then, now we can change the water. Have a rest. Take a look at your painting. Yes, be very glad what you have painted already. Now we can continue. Now we need a middle-sized brush. I washed it again from the red color. And now we will continue with the blue color. We take blue color. And my palette is full already, that's why I'll take a clean one. In this one I put here. Then I take a middle-sized brush. We will paint the other lines, the other stripes here. Wash it again to make the color pure. And we take a blue color and we mix it with a white one. The color should be very bright, not very dark and not very light. Just like that. And with this paint, we paint our stripes. Then if you have yellow color here, you have to cover it because we don't need it anymore. This stripe and this one. Then, for these stripes, we can take a thinner brush, the thinnest, if this brush is not very comfortable for you. I will draw with a middle-sized brush. If you touch the other colors, you should make it even. And keep the shape of a seed. And here, at the top, and we narrow it down. All white spaces you should cover with the paint. Let's go to the next one. Now with the same color we will make lavender fields and then we will come back to our stripes. With this color we go to our fields. This, if your color is finished, mix some more. Take it thick. Here at the horizon you should make horizontal lines. Blue can be transparent, it's okay. That's very important to go like that. A little bit here. You should see the perspective, that's very important. Leave it like that. The most part of this color should be here at the horizon. Now, let's go to our bushes. We left a small stripe here. It narrows like a triangle. And we start our brush from here to the left. Like a small round, like a round, like a circle, or like a hedgehog. As you wish. Just you make your strokes around. Many. Now you can see that everything covers each other, but it's okay. You can touch even the paths. It is also normal. And a little bit here, just dots, small dots. Now, we go to this path here. Let's start with the middle one. Yes, it should be more understandable for you. So we start at the horizon with a small bush, like a flower. And the bushes should lay each other. And on the path, it's very important, on your brown lines. The path is nearly not seen, and here we make a very fluffy bush. Here it is. In the same way, we paint all the other parts. We move to the same side. Now we need to do some more work. The most part we have done. Just around, be attentive. It's a little bit dark. And here in the corner you can see that you don't see the dark blue, but it's okay. Now we have 3 stripes more. Very small bushes, and then they become bigger and bigger. And here is the last one. And here we will just make some strokes. You can just put a little bit dots or spots, just like that. As if we have bushes here, 2 fluffy bushes of lavender. Then we are nearly finished. And the last one. And here we are. Great. Now let's start with the shade part, with a shadow. We need to go along the stripes on the balloons with a dark blue color. With the tip of our brush, we add some dark blue color here. You can also blend it a little bit. Just a little bit, don't make it too high. Very, very neat with your finger, but don't touch the sky. And here. Also with this dark blue, we don't go away, we use it also for our, we make a line, and here where we have our basket. It's like a shadow. Just a little bit here. The threads we will make a little bit later. Now we go to our small air balloon. Here we also do you see these dark parts? At the same level we apply a little bit of dark blue. Don't confuse the stripes, that's the most important. You don't need very much, just a little bit. Very good. And here at the bottom and at the basket. That's all. Also with this dark blue color, we go to our Lavender Fields. We want to show the shadow here, under the balloon. Here we do it in this part, as if it has the shadow, just a little bit. just like I am doing these small hedgehogs, and on the paths with small dots. And we cover the white spaces if you have. Don't make them very even. It shouldn't look like a fence, just a little bit. It should look like a shadow. And then blue color. Here also we have a shadow, but we draw it like that. Be attentive. Number 2, like we have some paths here, we can connect them with this dark blue. That's all. We have a shadow. And a little bit of this blue color we can add to our bushes to show the right side where we have the shadow also. You can take a thinner brush for it. Just apply here, in the right side, here and here. Yes, we will show our bushes. It will be divided. We will also add some pink flowers later. And now, here, you also need to add some strokes of dark blue. That's it. We can leave it. Now we need to mix light blue. We can take this blue and add some white color for it. Mix it. Very light blue. Here we can make some light with vertical movements, also blend it. And here. And blend. Very good. And here. We also add some light, only from the light side. We have a dark line and a light line, just a little bit. And here. That's it. With a light blue, we will go here, but not from the right side, from the left side where we have the light. Again, we go along our bushes, like that. We narrow them down, you don't forget. We will add pink also, and it will be very beautiful. So here, a little bit, you don't need very much. And at the horizon we have to add some light color between the pink one and the blue one. You need even to blend it to show that it's very far. Yes, very beautiful. And here in the same way. The farther the perspective, the harder to see what is there. It should be whiter. That's it. And now we can add a little bit white color here along the fields, and here some short strokes, just a little bit, 1, 2, 3. You don't need very much. And here from the left side, don't forget, just a drop. And these dark parts we don't touch. And the last path. That's great. Now we will mix dark purple color. For that we need blue, pink, and maybe if it is very dark, you can add a little bit of white, just a little bit, but the color should stay dark. If you have a ready-made purple, it's very good. Also, If you add too much of pink or more pink, the color will be warmer, you can see it. If you add more of a blue color, it will be colder. It's better to use a warm color because we have a sunset here. We don't see the sun, but we can see warm sunset. We take this dark purple and we go along the the right side, just a little bit. Touch our lavender with this color, and here also this shadow we have to touch with some spots, and along these bushes just a little bit from the right side. And between the bushes you can add a little bit to show this shape. Here and here. And here a little bit along the fields. Now we take the same color and we mix it with the white color. We add a little bit of white. We got a pale purple, and I offer to add a little bit of pink to make it warmer. Anyway, it is dark. Let's add a little bit of white. Sometimes I mix it separately because the brush sucked in some of pigment, and that's why it's better to mix it separately. So this color. Also along the light sides from the left side we add it here. It's not the last color, we will add also white color. Along the path, you can touch the path also, these brown lines. There isn't anything ideal in the nature, that's why you can cover it a little bit. Don't try to make it ideal, yes. It can be very ideal. Just paint like you don't try to do your best. So, now from the left side here, we make our lavender very light. We will add also some white color. Well, we should see the contrast. And here I touch very slightly. And here. So, and we go to the right side of our painting. Here. In the center, that's the most important place here. Our bushes should be the most beautiful here. Very good. And these ones are the last ones. Then we need to paint with white color the last details. I offer to change the water because we need a pure white, and if your white is dirty you have to take a new one because our painting is very colorful and you can spoil it. These parts we also touch with our paint. I forgot about one interesting moment. We will add a little bit of green color. We have it at our palette. We haven't touched it yet. And finally, we can take a little bit of green. My green is like that, light green. But you can mix it with yellow or white. Yes, you can touch a little bit of white. And we paint with this green between the bushes, as if we have stems here. here where it is very close to us, we can add a little bit of green. Yes, that's enough. Now we have to draw these details here and here, our baskets. Now let's change the water, and that's it. And now we take a middle-sized brush, wash it one more time in a pure water, and we take white color and go along our lavender with very thin strokes. Just with the tip of your brush, we add some details from the left side. Just with the tip of brush. You can take a thinner brush if it is more comfortable, but it will be faster with a middle-sized brush. It is not very difficult, you don't be afraid, just you can make a support with your hand and touch very slightly. From the left side. Then, now we can see the contrast. Don't forget about the shape. It should look like a round. At the horizon, you apply a little bit of white here, and to this part you just make some drops. Just drops and blend it. Then we go here. Make it around. You don't need very much. Your strokes should be very thin. And here, if you see too much blue, you can also mix it with some pink, for example, to show this fluffy bush. And also here we add a white color. As we apply our white color very slightly, it should be very transparent. We won't see it very much. You shouldn't do it very thick. Add some strokes here with white color at the horizon also. That's it. Now with this white color, we should go along the path. We add just a little bit, just drops, and blend with your finger if you need it. You should see the brown color. It is very important. Now we go above. Wash your brush and take a thin brush, which we use for our sketch. And let's make a drawing. Take a white color. We divide our balloon into 3 parts and we draw arches. They shouldn't be very even. Show the arches. It shouldn't be very visible, as if you don't try very good. You don't even see it very good. It should look like a sketch. And now down. Here you can make it even. Also arches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just a drop here. Very good. Let's go to a smaller balloon. In the same way, we apply this paint under the dark places. Very small arches. If your paint is mixed with the other colors, it's okay. Then between the stripes we add a little bit of white here from the top, because we have here light. And here we share our colors, we divide them. And now we go to this balloon. Also between the stripes we add some white color, just with a stroke. Don't try very good. Like a sketch. You can also mix your color with water, it will draw better. And these ones we don't touch. Now we go to our basket. We will make some kind of a pattern here. We draw a line. It looks like a dotted line. And here we draw some kind of a pattern. And here we apply just a little bit of our color, just 2 lines, and lines down here. Nearly not seen. The basket we will make darker. Now you can wash your brush and take a middle-sized one. And let's draw the clouds. Now we can take a thicker. We make horizontal lines, horizontal strokes. Very thick. You can blend it also with your fingers to show the clouds. Just with a finger, very neat. Now we have one cloud. Now down under the yellow one. Don't forget about this place. Even through the basket it can go. And blend a little bit. And here. And behind the balloon we should also show some clouds. Then we need to draw the basket. We can use a dark color for it. We mix a dark brown color, again very dark, with a thin brush to connect everything here, just like ropes. For the brown color we need a black one, a red one, and a yellow one. If your color is too green, it means that you added too much of yellow, then add red color. If your color is too red, then you have to add a little bit of yellow. It's logical that if your color is too light, you took too much of black. So maybe you have to start again if it is too dark. Now we draw very thin threads here with the tip of your brush. You can draw them even a little bit dotted. Maybe it is better. And here, in the same way. Then we can see some people in the baskets. It is not very necessary to draw them, but if you want, you need a yellow color, a red color, and a white color. We have to mix our colors. We'll get a peach color. We mix it very quickly. And here we will draw small dots, as if we see some people here. Not very visible, as if somebody is sitting there. And a blue hat. Don't forget about the edges of your painting, you have to cover them. And when your painting is finished, you can cover it with lacquer. So we have finished our beautiful painting. I'm sure that you've done it perfectly and you've succeeded to show this summer Provence mood. Please comment on your impressions so we can get the feedback. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell.